everyone, and welcome back to the Abergavenny Town Chat podcast. I'm Jay Shipley, I'm the Deputy Principal Officer at the Town Council, and today I'm joined by Helen Trevor-Davies and Mike Hodges from the Keep Abergavenny Tidy group. So, how have you been, Mike?
I've been very well, very busy just recently with the Britain in Bloom and Wales in Bloom removals from the street. So we've got fairly large totals, which is both impressive and depressing at the same time.
Well, we'll come back to that one, Mike. And yourself, Helen, how are you?
Yes, well, I just got back from Ireland actually at 4:30 this morning.
You weren't picking litter in Ireland, were you?
No litter there.
Okay. I'm delighted that you're here with us today because your team have an absolutely crucial role in everything that we do in Abergavenny. And so, Mike, you alluded to Abergavenny in Bloom and Britain in Bloom. So I wonder if you could elucidate a little of what the Keep Abergavenny Tidy group have actually done recently.
Well, yes. Recently, to go back to the start, we started in March 2019. Took over. There was an earlier manifestation of Keep Abergavenny Tidy, which just sort of fell away at some point or other. So it was restarted with the assistance of Keep Wales Tidy locally, and we had a large meeting to start off with. Most of those actually stayed with us for a good time, and over the years we've actually now we're coming up to our 5,500 bag total in those sort of six and a bit years. And the reason we started the group is obvious that there was a need, and we wanted to make the town that we love so attractive for visitors and, importantly, locals.
But I think we were encouraged by Keep Wales Tidy, weren't we?
We were.
Tom Ward
yes,
Jackson, he actually helped us get it off the ground in 2019.
Yeah.
Because Helen, you were instrumental in getting this group started again, weren't you?
That's right, yes. It was quite a small group to begin with, but we were clear about having a regular litter pick, which we set on a Tuesday, which was market day, where we hoped that we would be seen around the town, and everybody wears the high-vis jackets like this with Keep Abergavenny Tidy, Cadwch and Daclus with the Welsh there as well. And it's gone from strength to strength, really. I think having it regular on a Tuesday, and then of course we meet, there's a smaller group of us, meet as a steering group, and then we have an AGM about once a year. So we've got these regular sort of processes going on.
Yeah. So how many in your group are present, Helen?
Well, I think there are about 70 who litter pick.
70?
Yeah.
Members?
Regular members.
Wow.
We get regularly about 15 to 20 who come on a Tuesday litter picking around the town. So, yes, it's well supported.
It is.
And usually when we're litter picking, people do thank us, you know, and I mean, it's partly advertising what we're doing as well when we're seen with our high-vis jackets, I think.
Yeah.
So, engendering a pride in the town.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it really was, when we started, one thing we were quite keen to do is, if we were collecting, we wanted to share the information with our volunteers so they could actually see exactly what they were contributing to. And obviously in the longer run, the aim was to use any information that we gathered in order to assist both our local collecting. We could see what trends there were, for instance, in particular hotspots, but also we did want to have a wider role. So, for instance, you know, we were born and working with Keep Wales Tidy. So anything that we could contribute to their information levels, then obviously that would be advantageous to Abergavenny and the wider Wales community. So, I mean, that was really what sort of propelled us into doing that. In order to do that, and again, Tom Ward Jackson was helpful from Keep Wales Tidy in this regard, but he obviously alerted us to the EpiCollect system, and so EpiCollect continued until about 18 months ago, when EpiCollect turned over to what was called eCount Cymru, And those two systems have enabled us to keep a very accurate track of, so for instance, we could go back to 2019 and we could tell you what we've collected, where we've collected it, how many people collected it, how many volunteer hours have been put into that, and I'm just trying to think of the other things, what actions we took. So, you know, it is a more than 6 year long record of what we've done, where we've done it, and who's done it. So it has been a useful way of sort of recording that information.
I think it's important to say that right from the beginning we've had excellent communication, both with the town council
Yes.
but also the county council. So at our steering group meetings, always there's Sue Parkinson from Monmouthshire County Council, and that's excellent.
Yeah.
It's very integrated, I would say.
Yes.
And then with Wales in Bloom, Keep Britain in Bloom, the whole thing is very integrated.
We were so grateful for the work of Kat when we alerted you to, is there any chance? The judges both for Keep Wales in Bloom, I beg your pardon, and Britain in Bloom were amazed at how clean the streets were. And with Peter Barton Price being here for almost a week, it didn't change. It was polished.
Yes.
And that wouldn't have happened without the work of your very good selves. Working with our town team as well, I have to say. But as you were saying earlier, it's working, all parties working together.
And the judges commented on how integrated the volunteers were in the town.
Oh yes, absolutely. In fact, I encouraged judges to go and speak to some of the volunteers because of the high vis.
Yes. Yes.
He thought we'd laid it on especially for him. And I said, no, it's a regular Tuesday. Go talk to them, which he did.
Well, we're not awash with funds, so the logo you see here is courtesy of the town council. So, but Sue's involvement at our regular monthly meetings is also important because she, for instance, she will inform us of events that are coming up or projects or funds that are available which we could bid for, and also we can inform her of where there are issues in the town. For instance, I can't remember the numbers of litter bins that we've had cited in different parts of the town which previously didn't have them, courtesy of our link with her. So that's been very, very helpful, actually.
And how do you deal with fly tipping? Sorry, how do you deal with fly tipping?
It's all reported. Yeah. So we every time somebody reports, and Helen may talk about the fact that we, in the past couple of years, we've gone over to use WhatsApp for most of the group members, but either through WhatsApp or through direct emails to me, we'll be informed if there is any fly tipping going on, and we will then make representations to the council via the hub below or through the relevant forms.
And they're very efficient at picking it up.
Yeah, they have been good.
And I think, again, that's to do with a very good link we have with them.
Yeah.
Well, it's just very, very efficient. But what I was going to say is, as we become more and more established, we've taken on certain other roles in terms of thinking about what are the issues, how can we prevent littering, because it seems to be getting worse, you know, this sort of eating on the go, chucking things down.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's very disappointing. So, you know, there are things like, what about the Welsh Government? What are they up to? Are they, you know, are there any laws coming in place to help prevent it? For example, we think that quite a lot is thrown out of cars. You know, litter thrown out of cars, because along the country lanes there's a lot, and some of the main roads as well. And we wonder why, you know, the government in Wales isn't doing what they're doing in England, getting photographs so that they can actually prosecute people. So,
well, that's been an ongoing sort of bugbear of ours, because we sent a very, very full submission to Welsh Government in 2022 when they asked, they had a consultation on littering and fly tipping. And one of the things we said at that point was that, unlike in England, where it's the vehicle licence, the owner of the vehicle, if anything is thrown from a vehicle, it's the owner that is prosecuted. In Wales, we don't have that, which is rather peculiar. And we were told at the time it was all delayed because of COVID, but we have, again, so we contacted Hugh Aranka Davis, the Welsh Government Minister responsible for the environment, and had a very rather dismissive and rather unhelpful response, simply saying that there were no present plans to introduce this legislation in Wales. And this is something we've been going on about since 2022, because at that point, one of the things, for instance, that we noticed was the amount of rubbish on the roadside verges away from the town, leaving the town. We can keep the town entrances clear because as volunteers, we have insurance which enables us to walk along paved roads. Once you get out onto the trunk roads, we're not insured to do anything. And what we were trying to say was, why is there more joined up thinking? So for instance, when Sutra or some utility company comes and tears up the road, why can't the litter teams go in at that particular point on the trunk roads to do that? Because at the moment our understanding is that only 4 miles of road can be cordoned off at any one time for litter removal, and it is extremely costly. And then, it comes back again, sadly. Helen.
Well, I wanted to mention about the police community support officers, because at one time we had a very good relationship with the 2 of them, and they were able to link in with some of the young people in the town, for example, who were getting up to mischief, and that worked extremely well. And we worked with the school, didn't we?
We did, yes,
the comprehensive school. But then there were cuts, and we lost that contact. And we've been trying to get in touch with the police crime commissioner, is that her? Jane Mudd. And to see about what the policy is in terms of increasing this in Abergavenny again, because it seemed a crucial relationship that we had with them. But anyway, we haven't heard from her particularly. Well, I think you've had one meeting, haven't
yes,
you?
I mean, I had a last-minute call because I think she unexpectedly met the town council recently and had a sort of a short notice just to go along. So we were able to talk a little bit about those measures, but we are awaiting a response from her about the whole business of roadside prosecutions, enforcement. That's another thing we have been concerned about, because there is a discrepancy or divergence between the different local authorities in the form of Gwent. So, for instance, Monmouthshire, as an example, doesn't greatly enforce littering and fly tipping to the same extent that Newport and Blaenau Gwent do, for instance. We just wondered what if she could use her office, for instance, to ascertain exactly whether those policies by those other councils are more effective, or what's the cost-effective balance, if you like, as to whether it is worth prosecuting these, or whether the man-hours involved are prohibitively expensive for little sort of material advancement. I don't know. It's information that we think her team should be able to retrieve, and it would be helpful to have that information.
The other thing that we're doing now is going to schools as well. One of the primary schools has asked us to come in and talk about litter. And actually, we went into the comprehensive...
We went into the New King Henry,
yes. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And they were very, very supportive, actually. We had some sort of quiz. How long does it take for this to degrade, and a plastic bottle? What about a tin can?
Yes.
And they had to guess.
Yeah.
And that went down very well. And now we're going into a primary school. They've been studying plastics in the ocean, and they want us to talk about the plastics we pick up. And of course, we do pick up a lot of plastics.
So what you're saying is that it isn't just about litter. This is a far wider ranging environmental issue.
That's why the evidence is important, to give them that. Yeah.
And of course, it's about respect for a community, isn't it? And an understanding of the role that every individual has in their place in their community. Helen, Mike, you mentioned earlier about people getting in touch. I wonder if you could explain a little bit about how our locals can get in touch with you, either to join you or perhaps to report something to you.
Well, we've got an email address, Keep Abergavenny Tidy @gmail.com. That's important. We've got somebody who links in with Facebook. That's another one. And Abergavenny Voice and the Chronicle as well. We put a press release into the Chronicle fairly regularly, and we sometimes have a photograph of us litter pickers. And Yes, so, and we always put the information in the Abergavenny Chronicle, how to get in touch with us as well.
Brilliant. So lots of avenues for people to get in touch. But I have to say thank you so much for all of the work that you do. Please keep on keeping on and keep on recording. And I know that some of the businesses have joined together to form business hubs, again, to
Of
Yeah.
course.
monitor the littering
Yes,
and
litter-free
do their
zones.
part, litter-free zones. Yeah.
Yeah, and just as we approach the finish, I mean, we don't know what the outcome will be, but we have been shortlisted as one of 3 litter community groups for the Cleaner Communities Award by Keep Tidy. So we'll know the outcome of that in October.
So that's goodness, and watch this space. Thank you so much for your time today. And thank you very much for joining us today for Abergavenny Town Chat. And if you'd like to learn more about the activities happening around Abergavenny, please get in touch with us via the website, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.